Hello, welcome to the CNFT.Tools Discord server, everybody. My name is ToolSin, and I'm joined by Fabs from the Sports Alpha Club. So, if you'd like to introduce yourself and give us a quick overview of where we're going with the Sports Alpha Club, and we can go on from there.
Hey guys, I am Fabs. I am the co-founder of Sports Alpha Club. We are building the first ever sports and NFT betting platform on the Cardano blockchain. So our mission is to revolutionize the betting and the NFT industry. We're going to use the many advantages that blockchain and web technology have to offer us. We want to use those advantages and we want to apply them to sports betting. So your normal sports betting as you would have on DraftKings, on all of these big betting sites, we would have we would offer all of the same services, live betting. You would be able to have bets with major odds and lines for all major sports. So it would be your standard betting platform that you would have in any other platform. Besides this, our platform we want to have some revolutionary types, which is gonna call NFT betting. So with NFT betting, we want to take advantage of the growing gaming Cardano ecosystem that it's happening right now. We have many more play to earn, free to play games that are being developed on. And as time goes by, there are being more and more high quality games being developed, such as Equine, such as Cornucopias, Mokosi. So all of these play to earn games will be ready and are being developed right now. They are scheduled to come out or 2023 or quarter four of this year. So our platform would be ready by 2023, and the first
Wow.
beta site would be ready for quarter four. So we are right on schedule with them. And with our platform, you would be able to make bets on these games. So let's say that you want to make a bet, you want to make a race on Equine with someone else, which Equine is a racehorse based management game that is scheduled to come out in quarter four of this year. So let's say you want to make a bet on Equine. With our platform, you will be able to make these bets, and we will be the official platform for everyone in the CNFT space to just join in and log in and make your bets, because we are not only aiming for sports betting and NFT betting, you're also going to be able to make bets using your NFT as a payment method. So with this, let's say you have an NFT that has a floor price value of 200 ADA and you want to put in a 200 ADA bet, you would be able to do this. It would be locked in a smart contract and you would be able to pay it. The advantage that Web3 and blockchain technology has is that smart contracts are really moldable. So let's say you don't want to lose the NFT once the bet is done, but you lost the bet, you could still back that up with our token so that you would be able to pay with our in token in case you don't want to lose the NFT. So with our platform, we are really aiming to keep it as personalizable as possible. We want to give people as most options as they can, and we want to be a one use platform in which you can go in the platform and anything related to betting is going to be done in our platform. We have also, because we have many pointers in our platform, this last pointer that I'm going to mention right now, this is something that we believe is going to bring in the whole ecosystem of CNFTs together, because this is going to be called NFT floor prediction. So with our platform, you're going to be able to make predictions on the floor prices of upcoming NFT projects. You would only be able to make this on the most hyped up projects. So you would go on our platform and let's say for any upcoming mint, for example, Cornucopias, their dome sale, you would be able to make the bet as to what floor price that project is going to have after it has come out. So this last point, we believe that is going to be one of the biggest points in the platform, because we as investors, we like to speculate on projects. We like to find out what people are thinking about projects. So this is something that is going to bring in a lot of volume to the platform, which is the end goal. So we're going to aim for sports betting fans. We're going to aim for gaming fans, but we're also going to aim for the whole community.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty huge market segment you're targeting there. When do you expect your first sort of like the first sort of sector that you're able to bet on to come out?
Yeah, so on our roadmap, we have different pointers, and we're gonna release our platform in different stages. We have for the first stage, you're gonna have the sports betting site live, and you're also gonna have the NFT floor prediction site live. So on our V1, we're gonna have those two sections on. We have a we are launching our test net by the end of quarter 4 of this year. So on quarter 4, we're gonna release the initial test net, and then by Q1 of 2023, you will already have the V1 already fully launched. And in the V1, you would have sports betting with NFT floor prediction live. Later
Wow.
on in the platform in 2023, we have NFT betting added. And as the last point, it would have fantasy betting. But fantasy betting would be the last point of the platform. We're first gonna bridge in peer-to-peer betting. So you're also, besides being able to bet against the platform, you're also gonna be able to bet against your friends.
Okay, are you going to be acting more of an exchange or as a betting platform yourself?
So we're gonna do a little bit of both because we're gonna have the peer-to-peer side to it, but you're also gonna be able to interact against the platform. So by doing this, we want to allow people the opportunity for them to choose what they want to do. If they want to go against the platform, they would be able to do it. But if they want to go against their friends, that would also be possible. So yeah, we would act as a little bit of both. We're gonna have we want to have the platform as open as possible so that people have many options when they come in the platform.
Cool. So, I mean, I've obviously got a lot of questions about everything that you've said, but I do like to get the some of the nitty gritty out of the way, sort of like early on for the YouTube crowd. So you have your membership cards mint coming up, of which there's 2,500. Would you like to tell me sort of like when that mint date is and how much it is, and any other important information that somebody who might be tempted to mint needs to know?
Yes, exactly, for sure. So our official mint date is September 2. We are going to be launching 2,500 founding family membership cards. We're going to have three different tiers: silver, gold, and platinum. And with these cards, you're going to get access to exclusive benefits that you will get as a holder. Since this is our Genesis collection, by being a holder of this card, you're being an early supporter and an early investor in a betting platform. So you must imagine the amount of benefits that you could get on the upside when the platform is already live and you were part of the group that early supported the platform. We're gonna have a, a whole list of benefits that we already released. We have some benefits that are already public, and we have some benefits that people don't know anything about yet. We have short-term benefits as well as long-term benefits because we want to keep our holders happy, excited, and just engaged in the community, and we want to keep our holders as holders. We want to keep them excited to hold the card for as long as possible because they're going to see the upside as to why they should hold the card. Our first benefit is the Founding Family Alpha Program. So the Founding Family Alpha Program, this is the insignia benefit. No one knows what it's about yet. This is a long-term benefit, and it is a benefit that holders will get after our platform is already live. Wolfpack Weekly Game Nights, these are going to be holders-only events to win incredible rewards. By being a holder of the card, you're going to have access to these weekly game nights. You're going to have early access to the Alpha Sports and NFT betting platform. So by being a holder of the card or by being a holder of one of the selected projects, we have a list of selected projects which currently consist on Equine, Spacebox Alpha, Lazy Llamas, and Jelly Cubes. So by being a holder of one of those four projects, you're gonna get also exclusive access into the platform. So you wouldn't only get access early access by being a holder of one of the cards. You would also get early access by being a part of the selected projects. You're gonna get 2 free bets on the alpha betting platform. So just by being a holder, you're already getting 2 free bets back. You're also gonna have the ability to stake your card and generate tokens. And with these tokens, you're gonna be able to make bets. So that's gonna be a really cool utility for holders to just kind of passively start getting some tokens and being able to make payments and make bets with those tokens. That's gonna be a game-changing aspect for the holders. We're gonna have frequent exclusive monthly giveaways, prizes, and rewards for holders. Holders only giveaways of matches to NBA, NFL, UEFA Champions League, and many more important matches. Early access to the peer-to-peer side to it, and also early access to the fantasy side to it.
Wow. Okay. So again, huge amount of questions. So we'll start with one of the quote unquote easier ones. Is so for the sportsbook side of your operation, where are you going to be getting your odds from?
So we're gonna get all the data from one of the official data providers. It's gonna be updated live onto the platform. So all the lines, all the odds, that will all be updated live. Like you could go onto a game and make a bet, and the lines could change after that, and you would not have the same line as you had before. But
Yeah.
that would be for a new bet. Let's say you put in a bet at a 1.7 odd, for example. That 1.7 odd is going to be locked in your bet. But if someone else were to join after that and make another bet, the line might be different. But it would all be updated live.
Okay. So is that sort of like a European provider of odds, or is it an American provider of odds, or sort of like obviously you're saying you want to get into all sports and sort of like American football, cricket, rugby, all that sort of thing.
Yes, we will get the API from them.
Okay, that's cool. So how long have you been developing the project?
Excuse me?
How long have you been developing the project? Because obviously,
Yes.
there's a huge
We
amount of work involved in all this.
yes. We actually launched to the public at the end of May. We launched to the public at the end of May, but before that, we had been in development of the project for 4 to 5 months. Before launching to the public, we had actually established everything we were about to do on a step by step. By the time we launched, we had our roadmap out. We have all of these things out. The website was ready. Everything was established, and as to what we were gonna do, we didn't want to launch and start doing things along the way, because we believe that with a project of this caliber, we need to really sit down and plan things out with a set of pointers and deadlines. And yeah, we had been developing for around 4 months before we actually launched to the public, which was on May. And well, we have been out to the public since May. Yeah, but before that, we had to do a whole lot more before launching to the public. Actually,
So how big is the team that's working on all these features?
our team currently consists on 17 people. I am
Oh wow.
Fabs. I am the
Yeah, that was more than I was expecting to hear actually.
Yeah, we actually just expanded our team of developers. We had the great team of Cyber Pico as our main devs, but they just we just did a partner with Mid City, so now we have 2 great dev teams on our side. I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about the team so that you know who we are and our experience and
Yeah.
everything we've done.
Yeah.
So I am Fabs. I am the CEO and the co-founder. I am based in Panama City, Panama for 3 months out of the year. The rest of the year I am based in Florida. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a National Honor Society member. I'm currently double majoring in finance and entrepreneurship, and I've been heavily involved and passionate about the sports industry for my whole life. I have been in the betting industry for over 5 years, the crypto industry for 3 years now, and I joined the CNFT space a year already. And the moment I joined, immediately fell in love with it. I am still a firm believer that we are still very early on the CNFT industry, and I believe that we are going to see a very big impact once the next bull market comes and a big influx of people into the ecosystem. Rolling Sports, he's the CTO. He's also the other co-founder. He's based in Panama City, Panama. He's an entrepreneur, Web3 enthusiast, and a business owner. He's a full stack developer with over 5 years of experience in British Columbia, Canada. And as I told you before, he is currently based in Panama. He has also been involved in the CNFT ecosystem for almost a year now, and he majored as a system engineer with an emphasis on advanced network systems and software in 2018. Arf, he's our betting consultant and analyst. He's based on New York, United States, as well as Panama. He worked at a senior level position at one of the biggest sportsbooks in the world, a sports betting, online casino, poker, and wagering on a horse racing website that has over 2 million active users.
Oh, was that
So he's
PokerStars?
really, excuse me?
Was that PokerStars he worked for then? Or
Well,
the
I can't
Rational
reveal
Group or whatever they're called?
the name as to where he worked due to legal reasons, but he is someone that has a lot of experience already. He has gained a lot of experience on the betting industry, and he already has all the pointers and has helped us immensely over the main development of the platform as well.
Cool.
Tipaso, he's the head of business operations, so he's in charge of all the day-to-day operations that we have going on right now. He's based out of Virginia and also Panama. Our artist is based in Portugal. It's called Paul V. He's the one that designed the membership cards.
Nice.
We have two great community managers that are heavily involved in the CNFT community, Money Mike and Rogue. We have a great team of moderators, Swaggins, which is also the investor relations of Chillkongs. We have Tori, we have Donut Boy, we have Alvarine. They are all involved in many NFT projects already. Sam, he's our visual design marketer. He helps us. He helps us with a lot of designs for the project. And on the development side to it, our CTO, which is Rolling Sports and the co-founder, he's the lead dev. But with the team of developers, we have Mint City and Cyber Pickle at the development side of things.
Okay. So have you got anybody that's dedicated to the legal and regulatory side of everything?
Yeah, we don't count the legal team as part of the team. We do have a team of legal advisors and lawyers. They are taking care of our licensing and regulations. We are going to be based in Panama City, Panama, which actually acts as a major licensing jurisdiction around the world. Many casinos that are in North America and South America and also in Europe are actually based in Panama because the regulations and getting the licensing for the betting side of things is way easier in Panama than in almost any other country in the world. So we have the advantage that we are already based there. We are already in talks with the Junta de Control de Juegos, which is the association in charge of granting the licenses for the betting side of things. So yeah, our team of lawyers is handling all of that, and we are gonna be licensed and regulated before we come out to the public.
Cool. So is there any areas of the world that you're going to be blocking from using your service for various different reasons?
Yes, we are gonna have a user terms and conditions that all users are gonna have to agree on before accessing the platform. There are gonna be some countries in which sports betting is not legal, so we are gonna have a list of countries for people that are not able to access. The only difference would be that for the NFT sale per se, this wouldn't apply because this doesn't have anything to do with anything related to betting. This is only an NFT sale. For the platform itself, when the platform is live, you would have to agree on the user terms and conditions before being able to access.
Yeah, so does that mean that US customers won't be able to use your betting platform and UK, for instance?
Yes, we got word that US customers won't be able to access the platform.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm 99% certain the UK has like a similar thing where you have to be regulated and licensed within the UK to be able to offer those activities. And I believe Europe has some similar rules as well, though they're not necessarily quite as strictly enforced as they are in the UK.
Yes, there is actually a list of I don't remember exactly how many countries, but it's around 30 countries that have some strict regulations that must be followed in order for members of that particular country to access. But our aim and our goal is to be able to fulfill all policies and regulations nationally as well as internationally, because once we get the platform going, the first thing that we are going to do, which is something that we are currently doing, is getting the legal base done. So before actually developing, we are going at it. We are going first at the legal base because we want to have a strong legal base to be able to do this.
Yeah, I mean, so are you going to be getting set up to do KYC and things like that?
Yes, all of the things such as KYC and the sort of things that you would have to get to access the platform, those are all things that we are actually discussing now with the lawyers and advisors. We are being advised on to what the best strategy is for our users. We have had some other, well, we have had some debates over this because some advisors have told us that while you would be able to connect your wallet, once you connect your wallet, there would be a pop-up that appears. If you are from any of these countries, you won't be able to access. And we have some other things that we have been debating with the team. But yeah, we of course all of these details would be fully decided on before launching. But yeah, KYC is still a possibility. We are still looking at all of the possibilities and what we have to do. So yeah.
Okay, so is there a place on the website or Discord where you've published the countries that aren't going to be able to take part at least initially?
No, we haven't disclosed any legal information as of right now
Okay,
because right now we are being focused on the NFT sale. So for the NFT sale, everyone would be allowed to participate. But yeah, for the legal side of things, we haven't come out with anything yet because we still are looking at all of the details in regards. Our lawyers have told us that it is better to wait and release something with all of the details than to release something that we would have to change later on. So
yeah,
yeah, that's our focus on right now.
no, I definitely agree with that. So here's a dirty question for you. Obviously, you've been developing this for some time already. Have you been funding this yourself, or have you taken on investors, or how's that all been funded so far?
Yeah, we currently have been funding this from our own sources of funding. So we were able to get in some investment money from investors. Actually, my father granted me the whole initial portion to start the development of the project. And we also got funding from the other co-founders. So at the moment, we have been doing all of the development and we have been funding the project through investors, but with our own personal money.
Okay, so I mean, the mint is going to be an important part of continuing the project then.
Yes, the mint is really important for us because this is where we're gonna get our starting capital to actually start the development of the platform. So with our mint, we're gonna get the whole regulations and we're gonna start development. But we also have some other sources as to where we could get income. For example, we could apply. This is something that we are in talks right now because we actually were at the blockchain summit a couple of months ago and were discussing. We got interviewed by the input output team at the blockchain summit. So
Nice.
before even launching to the public, we discussed with them the idea, the project. They actually gave us great advice before launching, which was really good for us. And one of the things that they told us was that we should definitely apply to Catalyst Fund 10. So they told us that, well, as you know, input output is solely focused on the development and the
Yeah.
growth of the ecosystem. So they actually are able to help out projects that have good ideas for the growth of the space. And that would be something that we are considering right now, applying to a Catalyst Fund 10.
Yeah, I mean that'll be very very interesting to see how that performs actually, because obviously gambling is quite a divisive subject in some houses. Like it's the
Yes,
sort of
yes,
thing that people are either going to be absolutely for or absolutely against.
I agree with you. We even need to have some regulations on our website, for example, for people to be able to ban themselves and this
Yes.
sort of thing, which we believe is really important because gambling can turn to be a quite addicting for some people, and there are people that are deeply addicted, and some platforms and some sites have been coming out. They don't even have the option to ban themselves. So we believe, yeah, we want to do things right in that aspect. We don't want to advertise ourselves as a platform that is only aiming to bring in as many people as possible, and we don't care about the outcome of them. No, we care about all of these mental health conditions, and we know that gambling can turn out to be quite a serious issue for some people.
Yeah, I mean that's an understatement in some people's lives for sure. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us here have experienced that either with ourselves or with somebody close to us anyway. And let's face it, it's the NFT space, so a lot of people here are gambling anyway.
Yes, we were talking about that we're basically degens here. You know,
Yeah.
we are taking we you could consider that we are taking a bit of a risk by being in such an early space, and some of us have been here for quite a while. Some of us are heavily invested in the space. So yeah, I agree 100% with that.
I
We, at
mean,
the end of the day, we all got a bit of a degen side.
yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's one of those things. It's hard to be very successful without having that part of you that's willing to put it all on the line. But when only 1% or half of 1% of people make it, for every person that makes it, that's 200 people that fall flat on their face.
Exactly, I 100% agree. You if you wanna, well, us as investors, I believe that most of us have this vision that you gotta be able to take some risks in order to get the best returns possible.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, it's as much as it's true with gamblers, it's the same in a lot of other fields as well. Whether it's like entrepreneurship or launching new products for a Fortune 500 company or launching a new cake in your local bakery. It's that there's always an element of gamble there. What we try to do is maximize the upside and minimize the downside.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we all have the ability to choose, and we can choose where we put our money into. So I believe that, yeah, people should look at it in that way, as to how to get the best return possible at the lowest risk. But it's not always in that way. Crypto as it is, for many people that are not involved in crypto, they think that crypto is a scam, that Bitcoin is not worth anything. And for us, we don't see it in that way because we have been involved in the space. We know the future of things. We know what mass adaptation does to things.
Yeah.
And I mean, you all saw the web crash of the year 2000. We currently have in crypto the same amount of people as the internet had in the year 2000. So those type of statistics are really good statistics to know how early we actually are on this market.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a comparison that I've made a few times myself, and I've definitely heard a few other people make as well. So it's kind of reassuring when somebody else brings that one out as well for me now.
Definitely.
So speaking of bringing people into the space, I mean, no offense, it's all well and good having a brand spanking new betting platform with all the bells and whistles, but it's not a lot good unless you can get people to go there. Like, what kind of ideas do you have for promotion? And again, dirty word, but what kind of budget do you have for promotion? Uh, as you're getting as you get to launch.
Yeah, so we believe that building a community is one of the most important aspects as to any project. Building a brand is really important. Once you have a product and once you want to launch a product, you need to have established brand for people to trust in your product and what you are doing. And that is what we are doing right now. We are building a community. We have grown the community very organically. At first, for the first month and a half, approximately 2 months, our Discord was invite only. So by being a holder of the selected projects, you could get in the Discord. And this is something that actually really helped us because we got a very organic community. Our community numbers were really good. We actually opened to the public about a month ago, and we have had our Discord open to the public for not quite some time, just over a month already. Yeah, over a month. And once our platform is actually running, there are already platforms on Solana, on Ethereum, that are moving massive amounts of money, and they all did it just by building a great community and by having a very good community at first that supported the project. If you have a very good product and you have a very good community, you will be able to launch a project successfully because you only need people to go in your platform once to make a judgment. This is a good platform that I want to repeat, or
Yeah.
this is a very bad platform. And we are doing things so that we have the best first impression in the community. We want people that whenever they go into our platform, they see that we are not only a betting platform, we are a betting platform that has a whole community behind the platform and a whole community that is willing to just spread some awareness as to who we are, what we're doing. But yeah, we are gonna let our products and our tools and what we're building speak for itself because the community and the growth, we are already doing that part, and we will keep doing it for months and months before launching. So we're aiming to have a really big community once we actually launch to the public. And once we launch to the public, it's just a matter of starting to onboard more people, and starting to onboard more people not only on the NFT side, but also on the real world side, because there's gonna be people that are not even into NFTs or crypto, but they are into sports. So we have various categories of markets and niches that we can market ourselves to. We have the sports part to it, we have the gaming part to it, and we have the CNFT part to it. We are already building a great community. We are gonna have many. For example, we just hired someone from our community. He's called Minshu. He is gonna be a sports analyst, and he's already very involved with the people in the community. He's sending pics every day, for example. He's sending sports content every day. And that's basically what we are doing. We're connecting with our community in a whole new level that they feel so good about us and so good about the project that when we launch, we're going to have a rock front community behind us that will support us no matter what, because we will come up with great products to back them also.
So I don't mean to be overly harsh, but I've been around the gambling community myself for a while. And yes, while I agree that you can build brand loyalty, especially with a community as strong as Cardano's, I do think that that's only going to push you so far. and in general, like there's not necessarily a lot to choose between sites. And gamblers are some of the most incredibly savvy people when they're searching around for the best price. They might be making a losing bet all day and all night, but you can guarantee that they'll find you the best. They'll find themselves the best price for that bet. Sort of like, it is. Do you have any ways that any other ways that will give you an edge over the competition in that regard, or are you just all going to
Yes.
be using
So
the same odds from the same providers?
with NFT technology, we have the advantage that when people come in our platform and they use it, they're gonna realize that there are 2,500 membership cards that you can get extra benefits. So let's say that you are a normal bettor. Would you rather go to DraftKings and make a bet and okay, you lost your money and that's it? Or would you rather get a card that's gonna give you two free bets just from the top? Besides that, you're gonna get tokens monthly, so you're monthly gonna get. We still haven't decided on the tokenomics. We are looking over the details on that because we want people to at least get one free bet a month. So me as a bettor, if I have the option to go into a platform that is gonna give you benefits for using the platform, but if you don't want to use the platform, you will also get benefits, and I am gonna be able to monthly make at least one or two free bets a month. I would definitely go over that. And if I get tired of holding the card, if I don't want to be in the community anymore, I just sell the card. As simple as that. You don't get any of this from DraftKings. You don't get any of this from Stake. You don't get any of this from any platform. So I think that's the benefit that NFT technology brings in the world. That's going to change the business model of many real world businesses.
So, I mean, when you say free bets here and free bets there, what kind of values are we talking about? Because obviously, a 25 ADA free bet is going to be a lot more enticing than a 2 ADA free bet.
Yeah, of course. So we have a set tokenomics. The platform is going to have its own token, its own in app token, and you're going to be able to do all of your transactions and all of your bets in that same token. So you would get tokens passively, and that would be the same in currency token that you would get to make the bets and to do anything in the platform.
Okay. So another question, and I do apologise if it sounds I'm being overly harsh on you. It's mainly because I know what a highly competitive market it is. But sort of like as somebody that lives in the UK and has the choice of multiple legal licensed betting sites within the country, and everything, funds are at least we're at least told that funds are segregated. Um, what would what would be your pitch to make me bet with you versus betting with William Hill or Caesars or whoever?
First of all, before I answer, I just want to let you know that no, you're not being too harsh on me. I actually really like that you are trying to get in as many questions as possible because at the end of the day we are doing this for the investors and it is
Yeah,
important for them to get all of the information that they need to make a decision whether they want to invest in the project or not. So I really enjoy that you are making these questions because I think that it is important not only for the project but also for the holders and potential investors.
yeah,
So yeah, now going with the question, what would we do as a platform to bring in you
yeah.
from making bets in our side and not on any other platform, being in the UK and knowing that UK has many strong regulations on the betting side of things.
Yeah.
So if we want to bring in if we want to bring in a new investor that's already settled in with another platform, we would we would circle back and we would go around the same way because what we are doing is we would give them the option, hey, you're gonna have the same features and the same keys and everything as you would normally have on your platform on Caesars or William Hill or any of these platforms, but you also have the ability of getting the benefits, and that I believe is the key difference between us and any other platform, because there doesn't exist a platform that's going to give you benefits by just being a part of it. That hasn't been a thing. That has never been a thing actually in the betting industry, and
I mean,
just
they do throw around free bets like candy sometimes. It has to be said.
definitely. I know. There are platforms that do throw out many free bets and registration bonuses
Yeah.
and all of these things. But just imagine being an early investor in a platform that starts netting in some serious amount of ADA. The early investors would be the most rewarded people out of the whole community. And
So is
our
there?
cards,
Sorry, sort of. I was cutting in
oh,
there, but does that mean? Like, I mean, you've said it a few times, but does that mean that there's revenue shares on the membership cards?
due to legal reasons, I don't want to disclose anything yet. I
Right.
don't I don't want to, because even the wording
Yeah.
of things
Yeah. Because
can
obviously
come
it
out
very
to be
quickly becomes a security and stuff.
exactly. But what I can assure you is that our holders of the cards, once our platform starts generating revenue, they will get the better part of it. So being an early investor, I'm not saying that we are going to give you straight revenues directly to the holders, but there are some ways that we have already find to be able to reward our holders in a legal way,
Cool.
because well, we don't want to, we are not a security,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But like, you might hold a draw and give away a couple of World Series of Poker packages, for instance, or
Exactly. So let's say, for example, that the platform starts netting in a million ADA a year profits. If we have a million ADA in profits, we are we are not gonna disclose anything. I don't want to give in too much right now because we still have a long way down. But once we start getting our revenues, there's gonna be a set percentage, and that percentage is gonna be really, really high. Let me tell you that. And with that percentage of the revenues, it's gonna be towards the holders. I can't disclose how or what we're gonna do, but it's gonna go to the holders. So that's a very revolutionary thing when you think of it.
is there a timeline on when you'll be able to make those kind of announcements? Because obviously,
Yes,
you're
on our
mentioning
on our
next week, so
yes, as I told you, there are some hidden benefits that we still haven't disclosed yet, because we want to keep in some secrecy, that our holders have something to look forward to. But once we release our white paper, which is coming out in Q4, that's when we're gonna disclose all of the details as to what's gonna be done.
yeah, I mean that's going to be quite an eagerly awaited document. That one, I think.
That for sure, yes.
So I mean, I can't believe I'm asking this because you're obviously navigating through a whole a huge maze right now. But what's been the hardest part of all this process so far for you?
Excuse me.
What's been the
Can
hardest
you
part?
repeat?
Yeah, sorry. What's the hardest part of the process so far for you?
Well, the hardest. That's a very good question, actually, because well, as you must know, once you're launching a project, many things start to come out, and you just get a sense as to, well, it is like a real life business. That's how I look at it, and that's how I know the investors look at it. It is real life business. Actually, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you gotta treat it like a business. You gotta do a business plan. You gotta do all of this development that comes in before actually even launching to the public. And it is not a product that can market themselves, or it is not a product that is easy to market as you would have food, for example, or some of these consumer things that are easier to market. We actually have to build the community from the ground up. So I think right now. The development, I wouldn't say that it was the hardest part because we actually got a lot of time to develop. We had a lot of time to go over things, to go back to the drawing board and start to work on some new ideas before actually coming out to the public. So that was not the hardest part because we had a lot of time for development, as I told you. I could say that the hardest part would probably be the community building at first because when you're first launching, that's the hardest part. You have no real community behind you. You have no one really supporting you, so it is just you with your team and your project, and that's it. You got to start bringing in more people. You got to start posting. You got to start reaching out to the communities. You got to start doing these spaces. You got to start doing all these sorts of things that come in hand on hand with a project and with the launch of a project. And you gotta be able to do all of these things at a top level. You gotta perform always at 100%. You can never give your community 50% or 20% because they're gonna notice. They are investors, and we have been in the space for a while now, and you can tell when a founder or when a team is actually doing things out of effort and out of that they actually want to build out, and you can tell when a project is just really doing the bare minimum. So I think just growing the community at first, that was really the hardest part because we had to go from zero to we're currently at 3,000 members on Discord, 3,000 Twitter followers, which is really good for us in terms of growth. But getting the team together was also something that was hard because we had to have many meetings with developers. We had to have many meetings talking about the project, talking about what we wanted to do, all of this before even being a project, before even having a community. So that was really also a hard aspect, but I don't really see them as hard aspects. I just see them as things that we need to get done. And that for me it's is the defining key. Just if you have something that you have to do, write it down, break it down, and execute it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Um, so another question that's popped into my mind, partially as a result of everything that you just said, is there anyone on the team that's actually had experience running a business with a turnover the size that you're obviously hoping slash planning for?
When you say, oh, that has the experience of managing a business of that size, well, on the betting part, our betting consultant and analyst, he works at a senior position at one of the biggest sportsbook in the world. So he actually has a lot of experience on that part of things and on the growth of things. So being able to handle the growth as the project keeps growing and as the platform keeps bringing in more people, that's actually one of the most important aspects because we need to have servers, we need to have everything running at a high quality. And yeah, we do have that's why we onboarded some people on the team that already have the experience on that end.
Okay. So have you had much in the way of thoughts about how you're going to deal with customer service? Is it going to be like email only, or is it going to be like live chat only, or are you going to be able to provide telephone support to larger clients, for instance?
Well, once we have the platform, we're gonna have to have a team that's gonna be only dedicated to this portion, which is gonna be customer support. It's actually one of the most important parts of any platform, as you know, because it is really bad for you and the company once you have a problem, you want to solve it, and you are using that platform. So you're a valued customer, and you not being able to get insight or support right away would really hurt the platform. We believe
Yeah.
that would hurt the platform. So that's why you would have, of course, you would have the option of having email support. That would be possible. But besides having email support, and email support can take some hours even days for people to reply on the customer support. We haven't seen in the options of live chatting, but we are gonna be the platform is gonna be really well connected to the Discord. We're gonna point people always to join the Discord and in the Discord you're gonna be able to get help right away.
Cool. No, I mean that's very cool. I mean, it is possible to do email support like that. It is, however, very difficult and highly expensive. Um, like, I mean, sort of like back. I mean, again, I'm referring back to PokerStars or Entain or Ration or whatever they're calling themselves now. Sort of like, going back, 10 years or so, you'd be able to send an email to them, and you'd have a reply within 2 minutes. Day, night, didn't matter. Bank holiday Monday, Christmas Day, you'd have a reply within 2 or 3 minutes maximum. And that was something that it engendered a lot of loyalty from me at the time, because, like, as you say, any other site that you emailed, if you ever got a reply at all, it would be 2 or 3 days, and it
Yes,
was a coin flip whether you get a reply at all.
I
Um,
believe that that type of thing is what sets some projects and some real life businesses from some other projects. The
yeah,
the take and the take you take and the care you're able to put in your customers is priceless.
yeah. I mean, it's a case of, I was happy to pay higher rake because of that service. Knowing that if I had a problem, that help was needed. Especially, I mean, I was never like big fry or anything like that. But especially when you're dealing with people that might, they might have like $100,000 lying around in their account, or they've just won $100,000 and they, in a poker tournament or some long shot bet, and they want to cash it out. Like, it's it can be serious figures involved for people.
Yeah, it is money that is being dealt. So the care that must be put into those people has to be top notch. It can't be can we can't leave customers waiting hours to get a reply. If a customer needs help, it must be solved as soon as possible.
No, agreed. So you've mentioned a few different verticals that you're looking to get into, whether it's sports betting or NFT betting and stuff like that. Have you got any plans to go into other forms of gambling, whether it's poker or keno or bingo and sort of like other products like that?
Yeah, at the moment we are not looking to get into poker or any of these other games. We actually want to focus on the betting side of things,
Yeah.
but we do have our roadmap 2.0, and once we have our platform running, the growth of things is way easier once you already have something developed because you can start to work on something else. And on a roadmap 2.0, if things are going well on the platform, the possibilities are really endless.
I mean, yeah, I mean, especially if things are going well, and if things are going well at that point, that does mean that there's revenue coming in, which makes further development somewhat more affordable as well, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly.
So let's ask my standard fun question. You said you came into the space sort of like last year sometime. What was the first CNFT that you minted?
That's a very good one, actually. The first C, the first couple CNFTs I minted was Ada Ninjas. You remember? I don't
Yeah.
know if you
Oh, yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah,
So it was the time where there was a lot of mints going, and you remember that all of the mints were getting sold out really quick. I remember that I also tried to get the Cipher kicks, mint that it was only a supply of 200 kicks, and it was crazy. It was constant
yeah.
sold outs in
That was
seconds.
carnage. That one. That was absolute
Yes.
carnage. Oh, but
So
yeah,
yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
yeah, go on.
No, go on. I'm sorry.
No, I was kind of just like laughing on with you. But yeah, I mean, sort of like it was crazy times back in those days. And obviously, I've seen your name around quite some time, though mine's changed a little bit over the time we've been around. So
Yeah, once you're in the communities, you start to see some names, and then you start to see those names repeat, and you kind of go from there, and you start building relationships with people. It's actually, I think that's actually a very cool part about being in the CNFT space.
yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I do sort of like enjoy meeting someone like yourself, and then I just have a quick look and see how many different servers we share. Because obviously I'm in 200, though the exact 200 changes from day to day, just because of having to sort things out and join to get an invite link for a calendar listing or whatever. But yeah, I mean we do share quite a decent number of servers together actually.
Actually, I haven't looked at that. Let me check 1 second.
I mean I can
Oh, we
start
do have
counting.
a
Yeah, probably
45
like
mutual servers. We
yeah.
do have a very good amount.
So yeah,
That's
I
very
mean,
nice.
there's not every now and again I'll come across somebody that I share like 100 servers with, but they're almost always another community manager or something like that.
There are only so many projects you can be in. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I pay Discord lots of money to cap me at 200 instead of 100, and I'd quite happily pay them 10 times more if I could be in 2,000 servers.
definitely. There are some servers. There is a point in which you gotta start deciding where you want to be.
That's the thing. I'm constantly in the position where I'm having to choose between servers that I need to stay in for whatever reason, and like servers that I want to be in for myself. And it's like, well, do I stay in Chill Kongs or do I stay in Space Buds? Like, how the hell am I supposed to make that choice? I mean,
Yeah,
it's a bit of an exaggerated example at this point, but by not by as much as you might think.
it's actually very crazy. And just imagine what's gonna happen in a year from now. And there are a bunch of other projects that have come out. It's gonna be crazy.
And at that point, I'm going to be multitasking between like 5 VMs with like 9 different Discord accounts on each one just to try and keep up with the amount of servers.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I can see that happening.
That's it. I mean, so like between getting calendar information and then the people that need help for verification help with tools and things like that, and the few that I join for myself, which isn't actually that many these days, but I do join a few for myself now and again. But yeah, it's just a constant battle. It's like I'm leaving 10 every day just to make room to get the next day's calendar in. It's like what
Yeah,
what do I lose? Do I lose leatherheads or do I lose like jelly cubes? Like like how am I like like what metrics
yeah,
do
you
I
gotta
use to make that decision? Like
exactly.
I need to be in them both, but I can't. So like is it
That's the
which is the
opportunity
easier
cost.
link to get hold of again in the future? That's probably not the worst way to look at it, but yeah, it's a an ongoing problem for a lot of people, I think.
I must imagine that you have had to leave a lot of the projects you were in months ago because, well, as you must know, some of those projects, well, the founders have completely gone MIA, and it has been really bad for some investors actually.
Yeah, I mean, that does happen, and sometimes I'll be scrolling through my list and think, oh, I've not checked out their channel for a while, and then I find out that like the last announcement was 4 months ago.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
would see.
like it happens. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but it's also we are in a cutthroat industry, and I mean, in some ways, I kind of expect more projects to fail than actually do right now. Especially when you look at the survival rates of new businesses in general, sort of like in fiat land and everything like that. And was it 60 or 70% of businesses fail in the first year? Might even be even more. Might even be like 80%.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. So
you look at NFT projects, and yeah, some of them never, some of them don't take off. But there's, I'm sure we're doing better than a 20% succeed rate at this point.
yeah, we must be better than 20%. I was looking at a statistic that I think around 35% of the whole market is the volume is dominated by the top 10 projects.
Oh,
But
easily,
that number
easily.
was, yeah, and the number was actually higher on ETH and Sol. So what this means, what I look at it, is that many projects under the top 10 are undervalued. That could be a way of looking at things.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to get the numbers out, the CNFT market is currently traded just over 448 million in ADA. Spacebuds are responsible for 8% of that. Sorry, 8.02%. Pavia 6.85%. Clay Nation 5.83%. So in the top three, that's what 14, 15, 16. That's 21% in the top three projects alone. And for
That's
the top 10, they're taking 38.5%. Sorry, 39.5% even.
a good number because that could also indicate that in the future those top 10 have a lot of room to grow also.
Yeah, I mean, sort of like the market is somewhat subdued right now, to say the least. But if slash when we do get to launching moment, then yeah, I'd expect all the numbers to go to go north very very quickly. Um, Whether Spacebuds and Pavia and Claynation would maintain those numbers, I don't know actually. I think
That's
we'd be
more,
quite likely to see Space Buds fall back a little bit, as there is, there's a lot of historical stuff in there. Um,
yeah,
I would expect Pavia to boost up a little bit. I'd also expect Cornucopias to boost up, as they're only on like 2.16% of the total market. But if you brought that down to like a shorter term time frame, I'm sure cornucopias would be a lot higher on the list. I mean,
I think that
Open CNFT
there is
doesn't give us like the year long, but on like the 30-day cornucopias, it's 2.58%. And
mm,
the Mallard order is the big winner, funnily enough, with like
oh yeah,
over 14% still.
they did a great marketing job. I think they're doing a very good job in their project. I really like it.
Yeah, I mean they went a really scary route for their promotion, and so many projects have tried that and failed miserably, and then they came along and did it right. Like, for the record, I'm still not invited into the Mallard Order Discord. It's a source of like that peeves me. That actually peeves me. It's like what else have I
Oh my
got
god.
to do? Yeah, like no, they did an absolutely superb job.
Yeah, they actually. I'm really excited to see what they do in the future because you can only keep that up for so long. They at
Yeah,
once you actually launch, that's when you gotta start bringing in that utility aspect of things. And it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do.
and I guess you're not going to tell me either now, are
No, no.
you? So, what have been the more fun moments throughout this process for you? And you're not allowed to reply saying, "Well, this AMA, of course."
Well, besides this AMA,
Yeah. Besides this AMA, what has been the second most fun thing that you've done for the project so far?
okay, the second most fun thing, I think it would be the ability to connect with people. You get a sense that there are so many backgrounds and so many different people involved in this community, and it is really nice because I the most fun part for me has been the networking. So
Yeah.
connecting with project founders, connecting with investors, connecting with all of this community as a whole, not only the founders but also the investors, and yeah, just connecting with people, just getting to know people, getting to know their ideas, getting to chat with people about the project, about NFTs is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it really is like one big happy family. I mean, I say happy. We bicker as much as the next family around the Christmas table, but yeah, it really is one big family, and
Yeah,
it always
definitely.
amazes me how much people will do to help and support somebody else in this space. Whereas, you go into sort of like any other situation, and that they're as likely to punch you in the face as they are to give you a helping hand.
Exactly. It's a community that everyone has the same end goal. Everyone wants to see the space succeed and grow. So I think that's awesome. And I've also been before being on Cardano. I was going over ETH and Sol and really toxic communities, really toxic environment. I don't see that in on Cardano.
I mean, that does bring an interesting question, actually. Because I mean, especially in the gambling world. And I do wonder if it's going to how easy it's going to be to keep that small community feel when 100,000 people from ETH come over, for instance, or 20,000 people from Seoul, and then 150,000 people that have never heard of cryptocurrency before. But hey, this ADA sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole macro set of things that are gonna happen once we start getting some more people in the space. I also agree, and it's gonna get to a point in which we're not gonna be one big family as we used to be. It's just it's just a part of the process and part of the growth of the space. It is something that we're gonna have to get with it because we're not gonna be able to keep the community as the same as it is right now.
Yeah, I mean,
But
look, that's my fear. I hope we can at least mitigate it a little bit, and maybe keep at least some of the feel, and it's the small indie projects that help a lot with that as well. It's knowing that there's a space for everybody. Whereas in the big East projects when they've got 100,000 people in their Discord, which is usually 5,000 people and 95,000 bots, but
yeah,
it's yeah, whatever we can do to stop it to stop it from losing its personality.
I agree, but we're not gonna be. I mean, it's sad to see it, but has its pros and its cons.
Yeah,
When the space grows, we're gonna have a set of pros and cons.
I mean, damn it, can't we have our cake and eat it? I want a small dedicated community, and I want to be a multi-millionaire at the same time. Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, a little bit like that.
it
But
would be it if we were to live in a perfect world that we could do that.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, we'll all have to agree to meet up in the metaverse somewhere, like once a year, and have a little party or something.
I see that happening. I see that happening in the future.
I mean,
The future
so
is really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like speaking of metaverse and stuff like that, are you planning on implementing in some way into various different metaverses, or are you going to be based purely on your website?
At the moment, well, we are in talks with the metaverse. I don't I don't I don't want to mention anything until we have something official, but yeah, we have been in talks with one metaverse to be their official betting platform on their metaverse. I think that'd be really nice, but we gotta go over a lot of these details because at 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 first we are only building on our website platform. So yeah, that would be a possibility, but it is something that we still have to go over the details as to what we would do and all these kinds of things. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like collaborations between big beefy projects are never easily sorted. Let's face it.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that would be something that we'd be interested in doing, but we wanna take things step by step. We wanna go with the platform and you know we're gonna see what happens. We are not leaving any possibility outside of the table. We are open to all possibilities. Because by being in this growing ecosystem, that's the ability that we have, and that's what we can do. We have that advantage over other businesses that have been around for quite a while. We're in a very new space, and we are being the pioneers of the space at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's a rough and tumble place to be. That's for sure.
It is rough, but I wouldn't want to be in any other place. I'm really happy to be a part of the CNFT space.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have it any other way myself. I'm here with you, taking the lumps and everything like that. But yeah, just want to make sure that everybody in chat knows that if you have any questions for Fabs, feel free to fire them into NFT chat. I feel like we're probably getting somewhat close to the end right now, so if you have any questions, now's the time to answer them. Or sorry, ask them. Um, and in the meantime, we'll have a bit more fun with each other, Fabs. Have you got any questions that you'd like to ask me?
So actually, yeah, I'm actually curious. I just want to know, in your side of things, over the time that you've been here, what has been your most fun experience on the NFTs on the NFT space?
Oh, oh, that's actually a surprisingly hard one. Um, yeah, that's actually a really hard one. So, I mean, it would probably have to be the moment that I got taken on by the guys that own Tools full time. Back then, sort of like we were still heavily, well, we are still now, obviously, but sort of like I was made official as a full time member of the team back just before the Reginald launch, and that was pretty crazy. Though I think the moment where sea dinos started, well, actually became a trending topic on business on Twitter. That was an incredibly fun one. That was
I
incredibly fun and a seriously WTF moment at the same time. and
can
then
imagine.
and then having 20,000 people all descending saying, "How do I make an ADA wallet?" So that was surprisingly fun dealing with actually, because I literally spent 72 hours in front of the computer telling people how to make wallets.
Oh my, I can
Yeah,
imagine.
it was literally, it was non-stop. Every second or two, it was somebody saying, "How do I make a wallet? What wallet do I use?"
I love to hear those type of questions.
So yeah, I mean, like that was a definite getting my head down, and I'd like to think that yes, it was very good for Cardinos, C Dinos, and everything that we were doing. I always, the one of the big things that drove me on with that was that it wasn't just for us, but it was for the entire Cardano community in general. It's like for every person that has a new wallet. Well, you know what? They've now got a new wallet and they've got ADA in it. And if they don't spend it with
Yeah.
us, they're going to
Yeah.
spend it with somebody else. And that's how we grow the space by us all pitching in and doing what we can.
Yeah,
So yeah,
bringing
that
in people.
so
I'm sorry
yeah.
for the noise on the background. It was a lightning, actually.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, like don't get fried or anything.
No, no, it's all good.
But yeah, I mean, like kind of different experiences there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that the 72 hours of wallet making was the most fun experience, but it was a very rewarding experience. And I hope it's something that that other people or that people out there still remember. It's like, oh yeah, that's the first project I minted.
And I can imagine you were feeling really happy just helping the people and just get. I can imagine just getting the thought of, hey, we're really growing in this community, we're really growing in this space. I'd love to see that type of thing happening.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like we I quote unquote joined the team back in April last year. Um, and then Cardano's actually minted towards the end of May. I was at that point I was just a friend of a friend of Brad's. But
Okay.
I I was off work sick at the time and needed something to do, so I joined in, helping do some of the promotion, the initial shilling and marketing and everything like that. And yeah, I mean we sold out the 10K collection after a small PC fire and a small delay of a few days while we built a new minting server.
Nice.
That was like I want to say it was like a 5 day mint or something like that, and then we did Sky Dinos, and that was like a I want to say it was like 30 hours or something like that. And then Sea Dinos came along, and that was well, it took us nearly a week to get the Sea Dinos out. Literally, because every time we went anywhere near a server on button, we would get hit with 500,000 bot requests a second.
Oh my God.
Yes, we got botted the hell out of on that one. Like we'd implemented all these newfangled queues, and we literally had 17 web servers on backup. And the moment we turned them on, they just all yeah they died every single time. So we ended up doing a dirty Discord drop, and yeah. So yeah, it kind of annoyed
Great.
a lot of people
Nice.
that one in the end, but there wasn't much we could do about it because it was the only way we could get them out at the time. Like we didn't have all the different technologies and the queues and the multi-sig wallets and everything. It had literally none of any of that. So yeah,
Really nice.
very different, that's for sure.
That's really cool to hear, actually. Just getting a sense of the experiences of other people that have been in the space, and just getting to know how you got in and all of it. It's really cool, man.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like the fact that that the Cardano's mint took as long as it did was absolutely amazing because I think it was I want to say it was the second or third 10K project to sell out on Cardano. But it took us like 4 or 5 days, however long it was, and we're all there. We're all minting together. You send in for a couple of mints, and then they'd come through, and then you'd have a bit of a party, and like you compare your mints, and everybody was sent for another round, and this went on for 4 or 5 days. There was no FUD. There was no like, why haven't you sold out? What about the floor price? Because there was no store. Like the only place you could sell things was on Discord, and that obviously has risks itself anyway. So, it was just a
Yeah.
party atmosphere. Had Fahadukan, we had Hobbs, a whole bunch of other guys. And, we all really got to know each other. And as much as the Cardanos chat isn't as active now as it has been in the past, like we are a community that's as much of a part of fabric of Cardano as Tools is. Like our
Definitely.
holders are
Yeah.
spread through every single community, and and there's a bloody lot of dinos out there. But it's like if you see somebody with a dino, then they're a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like it's one of those things. It's kind of like one of those clubs where we all know each other, we all love each other, and sort of like people newer to the space don't necessarily know about them, which it's not great for the floor price or anything like that, but
Yeah.
it's a good sign that somebody's been around a while and they've got some good war stories and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's that type of thing is always good to see, and more if you can relate to it. So yeah, I can imagine, and I mean, tools. You guys, everyone uses CNFT tools. Everyone in the community. You guys have already established yourself as one of the prominent tools for CNFT investors, which I really think it's awesome.
I mean, the funny thing is that Tools was a throw. Well, Tools wasn't even conceived when it was conceived because the Tools came about from both Brad and PRZ saying, well, all these other chains got their rarity ranking websites. We want to do rarity rankings for dinos. And then, a couple of other projects got wind of what was going on, saying, "Yeah, do it for us as well. Do it for us as well." And then 6 months later we're already turning into this behemoth, and we're getting to well, we're over a year since Tools itself was conceived now, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride, that's for sure.
I can imagine it's amazing to see how you guys have grown.
But yeah, thank you. I mean, like, we're all doing our best to bring visibility to all the different projects, and to give the buyers the information they need to make the decision that they actually want to make.
I, I believe that tools is a really helpful tool because I mean, as you said it, all all these other blockchains they already had that. We didn't have any sort of thing like that. So as I was saying, we are pioneers in this, and you guys are definitely pioneers of the pioneers, which is really cool.
Yeah, myself. I'm more the mouthpiece of the pioneers. I have the coding ability of a brick myself, but apparently I'm good at chatting to people. So I've managed to carve that out as my little fiefdom.
Yeah, everyone has that. That's what I like about teams. Everyone has a specific role and something that they are fundamental for.
But yeah, I mean, on that note, it kind of feels weird to say, "Oh yeah, yeah, I really like chatting to people," but I'm off to bed now. But yeah, I mean, I think we've got through all the questions that are posted in the NFT chat. And I do have to say it's been an absolute pleasure having you on here. And we're definitely going to have you back in the future, where you're perhaps a little bit closer to launching your beta phase.
Definitely, man. It was a pleasure to be here, to be able to speak with you so thoroughly. I really enjoyed the time here, and I hope you were able to get all the answers you wanted from for the project, and that you have a clear vision to what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I didn't pull any punches on the questions as well, which it's one of those things. It's kind of difficult to know in advance how far I can push it because I don't particularly want to make anyone look bad or anything like that. but you actually handled those tough questions quite well. So I'll doff my cap to you, good sir.
Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. I believe that those questions are the actually important ones because that's when you can see the if a project is actually prepared to do something or if they're not, you know. So I
Yeah,
think that's really important, and I really enjoyed that you made those questions because not everyone makes such detailed questions, you know. So I really think it's good to be able to speak with people that know about the space and that know about these sort of things.
yeah. I mean, sometimes I wish I didn't know the spaces quite as well as I do, but you know, there's that.
There's that.
But yeah, no, I was a poker player for a while, so and I did some match betting for a while as well. So I had my fingers in a few pies for a while. I don't do it so much
Nice.
now, but yeah, it was fun while I was doing it.
I can imagine. Fun times. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to give a very big thank you to the people that have stuck with us throughout the AMA. You guys are absolute diamonds. I'm not sure I could listen to myself for an hour and a half straight, but you guys seem to do it time and time again. Especially you, Crispy and Soul. Shout out to you guys. Always good to see Cold Fusion and Dusty Death and Wreck as well. And yeah, we will definitely look forward to seeing you all soon. And again, a massive thank you to Fabs from the Sports Alpha Club for turning up and letting us know all the alpha.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and listened to our conversation. I hope you guys had a great time as I did. And yeah, we'll definitely be back in the future.
Thank you very much. And just as a final note for anyone watching this back on YouTube, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Make sure that all your gambling friends get the chance to see this. And yeah, we'll meet you over in the Sports Alpha Club Discord. Links will be below, along with links to the website and Twitter and all that usual goodness. Check those out. And yeah, we'll see you back here next time.
Thank you, man. It was a pleasure to be here. See you guys. I hope everyone has a great day.
Cheerio, everyone.